Many years ago, I played rugby for a small town in Ireland, and after a rugby match one day, my best friend at the time, a good lad he is too, Bud McDonald, said to me, "Come on down to the pub down the street." He says, "There's a fella I want you to meet." So I went into this pub and I says, "What's going on?" He says, "You see that boy at the end of the bar?" He says, "If you buy that boy a drink, he'll tell you a lie." Now, I didn't need to buy anybody a drink to tell me a lie. There was plenty of people telling me lies, but nonetheless, I was curious and I had drink taken. So I went to this fella and I said, "I believe there'd be a lie to be heard." He said, "Buy me a drink." So I bought him a drink. He says, "Well, Shannon's the name." Nice fella he was, but very fond of the sauce. Dead now. But anyway, he started to tell me this story. He says, "I was out cutting the grass one day on the ride-on mower." Now, Will didn't have a ride-on mower. He didn't even have a lawn. He had a wee prefab house on a broken concrete yard. But he says, "I was out on the lawn on the ride-on mower, and I was going up and down beautiful stripes. And I heard this noise. Now, he says, I looked up, it was a helicopter, but it wasn't going too well. The engine was missing and spluttering and getting on. So he said, boy, I'll not get far in that thing." But he says, before long, he had landed in the field next to me, he says, over in the field. And he came over to the fence and he shouts, "Hey, you give us a hand." So Will says, "Aye, surely." He says, "Look," he says, "I'm in this helicopter here and the engine's missing and spluttering. It's not going too well at all. Do you know anything about helicopters?" And Will said, "Actually," he said, "I used to fix televisions. So I have a brief idea how things mechanical work. I'll take a look. You pull the bonnet and I'll have a wee look." So the boy got in the helicopter and pulled the bonnet, and Will says, "I put my head down and I could see straight away the fan belt was frayed in this thing, and that was the bother. She was missing and spluttering." So he says, "I went in the house and got a pair of the wife's stockings." Now, Will was not married. Far from it. "Got a pair of the wife's stockings," he said, "and I put my head under the thing and I took the old frayed fan belt off and I put the new fan belt on that I'd made out of the stockings, and it's nice and tight and so on. And I said, 'Turn the key now,' and the boy turned the key in the helicopter, and he says it went as sweet as a nut. Swiss watch, lovely and smooth, running like a helicopter should." And the boy says, "That's some job." He said, "You really know your stuff." He says to Will, "If I can ever do you a favour, I will." And off he went. That was the last I seen him for a while. So Will said, "I went on with cutting the grass," and eventually finished the job and thought no more about it. And he said about 4 weeks later, the grass was getting a bit long again. He thought, I better give that a wee touch. So he says, I got the lawnmower out, and I was no sooner halfway up the yard, and I heard this noise again. And he said, I looked up, and wasn't it your man? And before I got very far, he brought the helicopter and he hovered it right down beside me. And he wound the window down and he shouts out, "Will, do you remember I said if I could ever do you a favour, I would do you a favour?" I said, "Aye." Will says, "What do you think? Didn't he turn the helicopter upside down and cut the grass for me?